Okay, so here is the DEMA for integration with LHV Bank, and I'd like to start with the population of the database. As you can see, I added the new record for the LHV Bank with the code LHV. So right now we start with the bank's auth request and the big code for LHV Bank. Here we can find a URL that we should follow to obtain the OAuth token from the LHV. I just copied this URL, paste it into my browser. Here I should choose the user and to log in. Of course, this is Sandbox, and that's why this form is from a Sandbox. So for testing purposes, I just choose user and press login. After that, I'm redirected to the some URL with the code. So I should copy this code manually and paste it into the next request for bank's token. So I'm pasting this, So I'm pasting this request to this. Click send. And yes, here I got the authorization token with expiration time about 1 hour. So this token is saved into the database in the collection banks connections. So here it is, access token, and we continue with the next request. So right now I wanted to check my bank connections and send request to the bank connections. So here I got the bank connection for the LHV Bank with some details and with our access token. So yes, token is saved into the database and we can go further. Yeah. So now I'd like to get the accounts for these bank connections. So I need to copy this bank connection and send the request to get the accounts for this bank connection. Unfortunately, sometimes on the sandbox consent is removed, so you need to recreate the consent to get the consent ID manually, or I implemented the short application that gives me the new consent ID. So again, I'd like to say that this is only for Sandbox. I guess on the production it will be no such issues and consent ID will stay the same. So I copy the consent ID. Auth token. Yeah, here it is. And with my sample application, I get the new consent ID. Of course, you can do the same operation with their Sandbox or with Postman, but for me it's more convenient to get this manually. So I need to populate this consent ID here. and let's take a look on the same request. Yeah, right now I've got the some information about the accounts for these LHV Bank. Next request is to get balances. So I need account ID. Frankly speaking, it's a little bit confusing about IDs because we are talking about not this account ID, but I should use this account ID. So our native ID for the database. So that's why I should copy this ID here and yeah, so I've got the balance for this account. And the same operation is for transactions. So yeah, there will be some transactions for this account because I use existing IBAN codes. So yeah, for right now, until now, everything looks fine and working. So that's it.